Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Pass Club. We have a great episode for you today. We're going to recap this past weekend of college football, look ahead to next week, talk about the third Saturday of October. Then we're going to get into NFL, get into Sport Court, give our good boys for the weeks, and wrap it up with the iconic Blurby Derby. Let's go.
Welcome to the Pass Club. The Pass Club, the Pass Club, the Pass Club, the Pass Club. The Pass Club, the Pass Club, the Pass Club.
I'm gyrating. I'm
feeling
gyrating. Brian Callahan is gone, baby. Woo!
Man, singing on a Sunday afternoon. It's a Monday, but
I'm just glad he's gone.
I was going to say, I got a sweeping declaration.
Go ahead.
We have officially hit the midway point of the college football regular season. Kind of sad.
Depressing.
But I think I'm ready to admit something. And this is either going to be a very unpopular opinion or a very, very popular opinion. I really don't know. But that something is that Don't Wait, Run Fast by Machine Gun Kelly is the greatest college football anthem that we have ever had.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I'm gonna.
There's
have
something
to disagree with that one.
there's something about this song, man. The melody, the upbeat tempo, the riff, something about this song just screams college football to me. Like, I don't know. But after hearing it so many times now, like, there's something about it, man. I like it.
Are you mentally okay? Like, you've been listening to a lot of like punk rock. Are you going through a punk rock era
so
right now?
the reason behind this, is I was like, I want to hear Don't Wait, Run Fast, right? So I go to my Spotify, type in Don't Wait, Run Fast, listen to it, getting hype, getting crunk. And then after, some other stuff comes on. And I'm like, because you know how Spotify will like show you like similar songs and stuff. Some other stuff comes on. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, some of this music's actually pretty good, But like, no, the whole gist of it is Don't Wait, Run Fast.
Did you hear the
I
song?
love it.
Did the song that goes, I don't know the name of the song. My buddy Sean's probably
Beep boop bop bop beep boop bop beep boop.
No, it's like, one day my father took me into the city.
I have not.
Hear that
I have
one?
not. No,
That's like a
that
classic, like emo song.
Oh, is it?
Banger.
No, it's not about listening to like emo. It's more like punk rock, I guess it would be. Like, literally whatever I have listened to has just been on cue after Don't Wait, Run Fast. Literally.
You're in your bag.
Bailey Zimmerman has popped up. After this, and I'm like, wait a minute. You're not punk rock.
Get that guy out of here.
Well, he might be more punk rock than country, but yeah. Ready?
Yeah,
Malcolm,
I'm
do you
all
like
over
punk
the
rock?
Imagine Dragons for the
Yeah.
best. But I think MGK's making a name for himself. I wanted him in the Super Bowl halftime show,
That would have been electric.
but you can't always get what you want. Rolling Stones.
And you know what else? You know who else can't get what they want?
What?
A touchdown on the goal line. Wiggle, wiggle, Ward and Wiggle. Stole this walking out of the stadium in Auburn. There's a little memory of how Auburn will always be second to Georgia. 9 straight.
That was a touchdown.
No, it wasn't.
That was a touchdown.
So I will admit, for everybody that doesn't know, I bought a ticket sporadically Friday with my Auburn buddy. We drove up Saturday, drove back Saturday night, tailgated outside the stadium, had just a lovely time, great time. Love Auburn. People of Auburn are great people. Incredible college atmosphere. Inside of the stadium, on the Jumbotron, I thought it was a touchdown. I looked at the Auburn guys around me. I said, that's a touchdown, 17-0 Auburn. But after I got back to the car, I plugged my phone up, and I watched the replay. I don't think it was a touchdown. I really don't.
I think it was. I don't know. Ball, as soon
Well-
as the ball crossed the plane, it's dead.
What was the score at the end of the game on Saturday? That is all you need to be concerned about.
10.
Again.
But it should have been 17-0 going into half. Should have been 17.
Okay, yeah, and if my grandma had a penis, she'd be my grandpa. So
You wouldn't exist if that was the case.
oh,
brother.
that is very true.
People always rip that one, and I'm like, brother, if that was the case, you wouldn't be standing here right now.
And that's why if ifs and buts were, I forget what the saying is.
Ifs and buts for cannies and nuts. Don't remember how the rest of it goes.
Yeah.
Look, the thing is, I probably hate Auburn more than anyone, period, of all time.
I don't know, man.
Not-
Did you poison the trees? You didn't.
Okay.
That guy probably hates Auburn a little bit more than you.
Third behind an at-large Bama fan named Harvey Updike.
Who's
yeah.
Harvey Updike?
Harvey Updike poisoned those tumor trees.
That's the guy. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know we had his
He
name.
called
Okay.
into the Paul Feinbaum show, Breaking Bad style. Let me tell you what I did. I poisoned those tumor trees. It was, man, that was
That
peak
was a-
SEC.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. I think we're in the peak of the SEC. This is a fun year we're having. I think Auburn is not having a fun year, though, because of these zebras. And even the person that hates Alabama the third most of all the people on the planet, I can see it. It is BS. But I'll say what I said after that Oklahoma game. They got sacked, 10 times against Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Protect your quarterback, and maybe you do win that game. Move the ball a little better in the second half, and you probably win that game by 2 scores. But you couldn't do it.
And this is my entire point to Auburn fans right now. You can whine, you can cry, you can complain, you can say the refs are screwing us. You had 15 total yards in the second half. Before that, just last year, you had 15 total yards, right? Georgia came out and gave you the ball back after the opening possession of the second half. Georgia had a chance to go down and tie this game, and they gave you the ball back. You had all the momentum in the world. Like, I don't want to, and here's what ruffles my feathers even more, is that a coach like Hugh Freeze should have been able to take that play, go defense. After that, y'all only allowed 3 points after all hell broke loose at Jordan-Hare. Y'all only managed to allow 3 points in that first half. And then you get the ball back from Georgia, and after the first drive of the second half, you get the ball back. And then you proceed to lay the biggest goose egg offensively that I have ever seen. Genuinely, I've ever seen. Was it a touchdown? Was it not a touchdown? It was a bang-bang play. The call on the field was a fumble. The call on the field was a fumble covered by Georgia. Boo, whine, cry, get over it. But go into halftime, fix what you need to fix, come out, and actually play football. Because at the end of the day, the 11 on the field are who decides the game, not the guys in the zebra uniforms. So that's what I'll say on that.
I agree with that. I don't always agree with you, Mal, but that's a good 2 cents on that game. I thought it was a great game, great atmosphere. I always love seeing Auburn bumping when it's not against Alabama because it just makes my skin crawl. And man, with all of these coach firings, I'm just worried Auburn's going to get rid of Hugh and get a beast. And yeah.
But here's the thing. Auburn is a strange situation, I feel like, because the booster.
Nah, you can't really say that anymore, I don't think.
Well, I think you can. I mean, your leash is super short there. They give you little to no time to build. How many years has Hugh Freeze been there?
This is his third year.
Bro, he doesn't even have the team is still partially not his recruits. And we're talking about him getting fired.
And Kirby Smart took Georgia to a national championship in the second year. So, which Hugh Freeze didn't know that, by the way. Hugh Freeze tried to make that excuse, and he said, well, how long did it take Kirby? And somebody said 2 years, and Hugh Freeze goes, oh.
Yeah, but I still think it was very different starting points, right? Auburn was like dead last in the SEC.
I mean, yes and no. With the amount of money they have, it should not take a rocket scientist to recruit to Auburn. It really should.
Yeah, but who wants to go play at Auburn?
Well, and here's what I'm saying right now. The atmosphere that I experienced Saturday, and this is where I will give a lot of credit to the Auburn fans, Jordan Hare. Again, I said at the start, Auburn fans were incredibly nice this weekend. Really only had issue with one guy, but he was just very drunk and apologized, so cool with him.
At least he
Stadium,
apologized.
yeah. I mean, dude, well, he hit me in the back with his hat like 3 times after they got like a 3 and out or something like that, and he was celebrating. I was like, dude, chill out, bro. I was like, just chill out. But yeah, that stadium was loud for 4 straight quarters. And what I will say too is the game day operations at Jordan Hare might be the best in the SEC. There's a lot of night games I haven't experienced in the SEC. I've been to Tennessee, I've been to Athens, but from what I've seen, like at least on TV, from videos, everything, experiencing that night game in Jordan Hare was probably the coolest football game I've ever been to. So to go back to your point of who would want to play there, if you have the money, you have the atmosphere, which Auburn has both, it should not be hard to recruit there. Like in my opinion, it shouldn't take a rocket scientist. Yeah. And
well, I will say as a Bama fan, I study these football recruits in state, and it's not pretty in state for Alabama right now. Years past, it's been really good, and it's been our strong suit. We've been attacking a lot of out-of-state guys. We've done good in Georgia and West Coast and up north. Shout out Latsier Brooks. He's the first Bama player I've ever heard of from New Jersey, but he had a great game this weekend. Aside the fact, Auburn is doing really good recruiting in Alabama, and that scares me a little bit.
I mean, it's a pipeline you have to have, you know?
Certainly.
But
I think it's definitely a different dynamic than Georgia Tech and Georgia when it comes to in-state. You're going to Georgia, and Georgia Tech's doing great this year. I don't know enough about recruiting.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you right now, Brent Key, I mean, the thing about Georgia Tech is Georgia Tech actually has a lot more money than Georgia does. People don't realize this. Like, if Georgia Tech really wanted to go out and drop bags on players, and it's getting to be that way for Georgia Tech, which is why you're seeing them kind of make this transition. But Georgia Tech is going to be competitive year in and year out. And I'm glad they are, because football is better whenever Georgia and Georgia Tech means something at the end of the year. Football is so much better whenever that game means something. And it's nice to have, you know, especially losing Tennessee, who I would consider as, you know, a fun rival game for Georgia, to have that game kind of coming back to the forefront and actually meaning something is incredible.
Between the hedges. Yeah, Bama. So Georgia got it done. Bama got it done. I don't know why Mizzou quit running the ball second half. That was so very interesting to me. You know, they ran it, I think it was 19 times in the first half compared to 9 in the second. You got to stick to your guns. I don't think the game ever got that out of hand to where you got to go away from your game plan at any point. And it was kind of seemed like that was the end of them. You know, obviously they made it close at the end, but you got to be able to run the ball.
I definitely agree there. My big call out after the first drive watching our defense is if Missouri runs the read option for the whole game and then mixes in a few deep balls, they're going to win. And they went away from the read option. They didn't really throw the ball down the field and test us. And I think they didn't seize the day. And that's what it came down to. I thought they were great. I think Missouri's a hell of a football team. They showed it. We made some adjustments, and I think that game showed so much maturity in Alabama that you didn't see last year. I think that was my assessment of the game. Having played Florida State, granted they're in the mud right now, they had 8 months to prepare for that Bama game, and they gave it their best punch. Yeah. And they executed. They played probably the best game they'll play this year, and now they have 3 losses because they forgot that there was games to be played. So having played and lost to that Florida State team to start the season definitely helped our team to win this past Saturday.
100%. I got to give DeBoer credit. I got to give Ty Sensman credit. I got to give the whole team credit. The way you guys have developed over the course of this season has been nothing short of remarkable to me. Like, for real. Like, man, it is night and day from that week 1 game. And I know we've said it before, but Like, it's incredible. Ty Simpson very well is up there for the Heisman conversation. If you would have said that 30 minutes after the Florida State loss, you might have got slapped by your mama. Your mama might have slapped you if you said that to her. But they have found it out. He's super, super precise with the ball. And yeah, we'll see what happens next week.
I'm really excited. I took a glance at the top 5 passers on passing yards in the SEC, and it's a 2-yard difference between Joey and Ty.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Joey's 1 and Ty's 2.
Yep.
So to quote Lane Kiffin, get your popcorn ready.
And Lane Kiffin bet the over.
Yeah, certainly bet the over as well in that one. It'll be a lot of fun. I will be, unfortunately and fortunately, I know this is very frowned upon by a lot of people, but I'll be at a wedding, and I won't be able to reap the benefits of this third Saturday. Yep. It's okay. It is okay. I've made peace with the world.
No. Whose wedding is it?
It's family. It's a good thing.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Family. I hate that for you.
Did you say family?
Wait, hold up. Your mother let somebody, is it your dad's side or your mom's side?
It's other immediate family.
Okay. Fair enough.
I think that's all we need to say, but yeah. I'm excited for this Saturday for that. And obviously, you know, I think family comes first sometimes in situations like this, but every other day of the year, college football comes first. Even in April, I care more about college football than some other things.
I mean, I watched the Georgia-Bama game at a wedding last year, and honestly, it was electric.
You're a better man than me, because even if my sister were to get married on 3rd Saturday, October, I don't know. That's like Christmas. You know, that's like absurd to me. Like, who's getting married on Christmas? That's Christmas. What are we doing?
It is tough.
Well, at least you have the drinks rolling. You'll have the drinks rolling.
I want to say I am so happy that it is a night game. That is huge. As far as the schedule working, I don't have to get into my personal stuff here, but I'm glad it's a night game. That's going to favor my timing, probably my buzz, all that good stuff. phone and face on the dance floor.
Yeah. Let's get into your personal life. This past week, on last week's show, you made a full-out guarantee, and you even restated it. I guarantee it, you said over and over and over, that either Missouri or Auburn was going to win. You were close, but it didn't happen. So why don't you tell these lovely folks out here what you are going to be doing?
All right, folks, I pride myself as a man of faith. No. As there's a deep drive, and that's how it felt. I felt like I had messed up after watching Georgia take a commanding lead up 10. I was like, it's over. I gotta have a restitution for myself. We gotta take a look in the mirror. We gotta think about what went wrong. I should have said, I guarantee one of these teams covers the spread, as Missouri did late in the game and almost won it. They tried. They had the ball late. Auburn tried. They could have been up 17. Maybe should have been. That's aside the fact. I made a guarantee. And when you make a guarantee and you put monies on the table, I didn't, but I had advised people to say, hey, Alabama already won today. So I guarantee the second result is going to happen. You know, snowball. Yeah, made a mistake there. But for all the people that lost money because of me on Saturday, I am going to be attending a nice little dinner tomorrow night that you will get to see on Wednesday night. And it will feature me attempting the Blazing Challenge, but I don't want to call it an attempt. It is a completion. I'm doing it. I'm doing the Blazing Challenge.
Oh, dude, I got goosebumps. That was incredible.
I'm a little bit sick to my stomach. Some of you may have saw this, but after the game of the Georgia Auburn game, I posted on my story, maybe drunkenly, maybe not. that I will be doing it. And that's when I was like, wait, I have signed myself up for this.
Yeah,
and
this was self-imposed.
I deleted
We
this.
need to make that clear. This was self-imposed. Me and Mal didn't say a word.
Nah, we're making
I just got it. Well, now we are, but we just got a text that was like, "I'm doing the Blazing Challenge." We're like, "Okay, cool."
I woke up early on Sunday morning and I was like, my Broncos play in Europe. That's a little messed up. What else is messed up is that I made a guarantee and I need to own up to it. And I don't need to throw those words around again, maybe for another 20 minutes. But it'll be fun. You know, I'm doing it for you guys. This whole thing's supposed to be fun, but maybe not for me. I don't know. It could be a rough week ahead of me after this challenge, but I learned my lesson. Don't make guarantees. Don't write checks you can't cash. I've done it in the past and it's bit me on the butt. And I might have another guarantee for you later this year, but for now, I got to see how hot these wings are going to be, and y'all are going to get a up close and personal experience of all this. I will be videoing it, doing it for you guys. Again, that's it. But that's my personal life right now. That's where my head's at. Hopefully, I got some good picks for y'all, but I
have a guarantee.
Oh, Mal has a guarantee.
Elkins is going to be in hell tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think you can guarantee that one.
I guarantee I will be in hell for a little bit. But,
dude, your stomach's going to be just shambles.
That's what I was going to say. The next morning is going to be rough.
Do you guys remember when we were at the beach and we had that jerky from Buc-ee's? That was super spicy.
The ghost pepper jerky, yeah.
Ghost pepper jerky. We all just sitting there on the couch, just like sweating. Dude, that's gonna be you times like 2 tomorrow.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. I like to tell myself. I think it's 10, and I have 5 minutes. And I think I have
a full meal.
Okay, hold up. So if you don't complete it, are you going to continue doing it until you complete it?
I'm gonna say no for now.
Okay.
I've done some research. I think I'm cut out for it. I really do. I have a strong mentality when it comes to like food challenges. I really don't get startled from them, but you know, spicy stuff, that's tough. I have a good tolerance for spicy food. I will go to a Mexican restaurant and get a fried cayenne pepper and just eat it sometimes. Like I will do some outrageous stuff. When eating Mexican, it tends to be Mexican where I eat really spicy things. Wing places, that's a little bit tougher. Like sauce, you don't really know how dense.
There's a lot of factors.
It's a lot. It is a lot, and I'm buckled up. I'm ready for it, so I'm not going to be denied.
Well, I have a I have a statement or not a proposition.
Yeah.
You cannot throw the word guarantee out there until you complete the challenge. So you cannot ever throw that word out there again unless you complete the spicy challenge. That goes for all of us. If we ever throw a guarantee out there, if we don't hit,
got to do the Blazing Challenge.
I want to say this though. I think, say I complete the challenge, do all that good stuff. Later on, if I throw the word out and let's say I do the Blazing Challenge and it's like not the toughest thing in the world, I think I would need a different punishment. Like I'm talking run 5 miles and drink a gallon of milk or something like tough, like actually hard.
Bro, you are speaking things into existence that I want no part of.
No. I just need to take a step back. Can any of us
run 5 miles straight right now?
I ran this morning, and let me answer that question. No.
Yeah.
No. My knees were screaming, bro. Hey, knee surgery survivor. I always have that in my back pocket. You know, it was my excuse why I couldn't get drafted if the draft ever came back. So shout out to the United States military for letting people with bad knees not.
Yeah. We've been running pretty hot the past few minutes on our personal lives, but some of the big teams we watch on Saturday, there's a lot of people's personal lives who have been shooken up lately. And I have a stat for you guys.
Oh, let's hear it.
7 FBS coaches have been fired this far in the season. And last year, that number was 15, effective a week after the last week of the season. So rivalry week and 7 days after it, there was 15 coaches fired. This isn't even talking after the bowl season, all that good stuff. $93 million worth of buyouts between those 7. Last year, the total was $36 million of those 15. And I think it's only going to get worse when you talk about a Mike Norvell getting fired, when you talk about a Hugh Freeze potentially getting fired. There's a few, but I did a little research and I thought that was a little wild.
Yeah. That is actually insane. Now, obviously, James Franklin's buyout carries a lot of the weight there, but that is that man's the luckiest man in the world right now.
He is, but he also isn't. Like, yeah, he just got $50 million, but also it's like he doesn't strike me as the type. Like when Ed Orgeron got the boot, I think he got like 17 million or something like that. He was just like, all right, I'm just going to go chill on the beach. I don't see James Franklin being like, yeah, he's like, what door you want me out of?
Yeah.
Yeah. James Franklin, I can't see being that kind of guy. I do look. Like this is people's livelihoods and, you know, their families move here. So I get it's tough, but like also the guy just got paid $50 million to do nothing, but you do feel bad for him. It's something he loves. But I do think it was the right decision. I said it a few weeks ago. I don't think he was ever going to be a good coach, a good fit there. It just never really worked out. And I think they made the right decision. I am excited to see what direction they go. I feel like this is a very, very, very big job. Like it's a big job. In the likes of top 5% of the SEC, I think it's up there with that in terms of what you're getting, what you're inheriting. When you look at talent of the roster and fan base and money, and speaking of money, I really thought this was interesting too. So word on the street was that Adidas was very involved in getting James Franklin out. Now, what that entails, I'm not too sure, but
I just don't know if I believe that.
I mean, brother, look, sales. You know what doesn't sell? Losing. That does not sell. And they just signed a huge deal with Adidas, bigger than Tennessee. Tennessee, they told us we're going to be the flagship. I don't know if that's even true. Penn State got more money, and if you have a coach that sucks, you're losing money. So it would not surprise me if they stepped in and was like, hey, I know you guys are like kind of trying to ride it out, but you got to make a move.
Yeah, losing is certainly not good. But losing to what I would consider 2 of the bottom 5 teams in all of Power 4, I think Northwestern's arguably the worst. And then UCLA, the way they have looked this year, it's concerning. Those are games you don't lose at Penn State. And I would say that even if I was coaching Penn State, like I would say, like, Drew Aller, go do your thing. I don't have to coach you. We have the talent to beat this team without me saying a word.
Well, did you see the James Franklin? This is before he got fired. I think it was after the game Saturday, where one of the reporters asked him, like, have you ever just told Drew to basically say, F it, he's down there somewhere, and just throw a 50-50 ball and just try to let one of your receivers make a play? And James Franklin basically looked at him and goes, I don't know, man. You're speaking French to me. That's never been a part of our program. I'm like, sometimes you do just got to let it fly. Like sometimes you just got to tell your quarterback to just
Joey
let it fly.
Joey lets it fly, baby. That's one thing I love about him. That kid's gonna rip it. He does not care.
And that's where I kind of knew right there. I was like, yeah, he's done. Like he's out.
I think also somebody also asked him if he still wanted to be the coach. That's like a crazy question.
That is crazy.
Do you still want to coach this team?
I really feel
sure.
We mentioned feeling sick for like the families of these coaches. They move, they make these commitments, they do these things, they work hard and they bust their butt and they lose sleep over these programs. But I really feel more bad for Drew Aller than anyone in that Penn State situation. He had the right to walk and go to the NFL draft last year, and he said no, and now he's injured, and now this is one of the worst situations you can imagine for these young professionals, because at the end of the day, that's what they are now. So I feel very bad for him. It was fun to laugh at him in the playoff last year, and losing to UCLA just sucks.
He 100% cost himself a first round pick, I think.
I don't think he was ever first.
You don't?
I'm going to be honest.
It could
I don't
be
think
worse.
he was ever first round pick material.
Well, no, that's what I was saying. I mean, if he goes out last year, you're looking at second at the latest, I would say, personally. I mean, with the quarterbacks that went off the board last year,
I don't know.
I believe. But now, I mean, with the injury, with kind of the way that he's played this year, and how much of that is his fault, how much of that is the locker room. I mean, we're never really going to know exactly what transpired in those and within that team. But now you got to be looking at it going, all right, we're praying to get a late second round pick. You know, like that's kind of where he's at right now, and just a lot of money off the table for him. So
it's all speculation,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's definitely millions of dollars when it comes down to it. He could have got DeBoll fired this year. Instead, he's getting James Franklin fired, and he's losing money over it. And it sucks for him. I think he's a classy individual. Sucks.
Speaking of classy, I got to say this. I owe Arch Manning an apology. Well, maybe I do and maybe I don't. Maybe me saying he was a bum turned the tides. He looked so different. I just think he ran more, used his legs more. He's got to. The kid's athletic, so he just needs to do it. But yeah, I apologize. That was a miss on my part. He had been a bum up until that point, and if he would have played like that every week, the sky's the limit for this kid. But Mal, I'll give it to you. You did say Texas had a chance to blow out Oklahoma in this game. They did. Are we certain that John Mateer was he ready to play?
I didn't really get to watch much of it, just because I was fighting the long lines of Jordan Stadium to get in. But
he didn't. It's not that he ever looked hurt, but I don't know. You started. He did not play like that. Maybe it's just the quality of defense he was facing. Maybe that's it. But I was sitting there, some of the picks he was throwing and stuff. I'm like, I don't know if he should be out there. I don't know. Yeah. Elkins, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at Texas, they have 2 games they want to win each year, and that's the freshly reborn one in Texas A&M, and then their midseason big rival, which I've never really got, but I'm glad it gives us something to tune into in the middle of the year. It's always been a fun game, but you don't lose to Oklahoma if you're Texas. And on the flip side, you don't lose to Texas if you're Oklahoma. I feel like Texas had a lot to prove after losing to Florida, and Oklahoma was feeling pretty good, ranked 6th in the country. Your defense is great, and they played good, but Texas wanted it more, and they showed it. And they have talent, and maybe better talent. It was a fun one. I think Mateer didn't get as much help from his teammates as he would have liked, whereas Arch, I think his O-line played one of the better games I've seen him play this year. The talent goes on Texas defense. They've got one of the best edge rushers in the country. They played good. They played complimentary football, as I like to talk about. So Red River is always fun, but Texas wanted it more.
And I mean, that was kind of my entire point last week. And, you know, Dylan, I kind of recall you saying, like, you can't flip the switch like that. You know, if you played that many consecutive weeks of bad football.
Yeah.
And that's where I was just kind of like, I mean, this Texas team has way too much talent to go in and lay a goose egg in the biggest game of the year for them.
I think they half flipped. I think Texas half flipped their switch half up, and I think Oklahoma flipped their switch half down. That makes any sense whatsoever. That's kind of how I looked at that game. Texas did improve. They did play way better than they have been, and Oklahoma played way worse than they have been. So I think it's kind of a give and take. But, yeah.
Something about the Texas State Fair, man.
Something about it. One game we definitely need to talk about, though, is this Indiana and Oregon game. Google me. Signetti, bro. He wins. I did not think Indiana was equipped to win games like this early on to his tenure, but dude, give the man props. I mean, I'm just shocked.
They're the real deal, dude.
They're good. They're real good.
They're the real deal.
So fast. You just never see programs get turned around this fast. Like
that's the beauty of NIL and the transfer portal.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And that's where if you get the right coach and you have the money, I mean, Texas Tech, literally look at Texas Tech. If you have the right coach and you have the money, you can buy your way into a national championship. Now, or buy your way into the playoffs, I'll say. A national championship might be a little out there for Indiana this year, but good Lord have mercy.
You never know.
Cincinnati might be able to do it.
They play no more ranked teams this year. They've pretty much secured their spot as long as they don't slip too much.
And I don't know if that's beneficial to them or if it's a detrimental.
Yeah, I don't know. And
honestly.
also, what's the temperature check on Oregon? I was wrong. Oregon, their best win is over Penn State.
Which, in overtime, too. Now,
yeah.
Given it was in Happy Valley.
Not taking away anything from Indiana. They still had to go to Autzen. They still had to beat this team. But I want to take a step back and let's reassess this Oregon team, because Penn State we thought was a good win. It's turned out to really not be a good win. And I don't know. I'm still a Lanning fan. I'm still a Dante Moore fan. But what's the temperature check in Autzen, we think?
And I really have no idea, quite frankly. From watching them earlier in the year, I said it last week. Their defense was flying to the ball, which you can expect that from a Dan Lanning coach team. Offensively, they looked good, but now I'm just like, I don't know. Were they just playing subpar competition, or is Indiana truly that good? Because now you got to look at the Illinois team on the other side that got absolutely obliterated by this Indiana team and has turned around and looked very good.
Yeah.
So Indiana could just be that good.
Yeah.
Which I can't believe those words are coming out of my mouth, but Indiana might be the best team in college football.
Yeah. Elkins, what do you think?
I think Indiana was disrespected last year in the playoff. I think people didn't think they belong in there. That weighs on you when you're trying to break through and become the pinnacle of a sport. You need naysayers. You need them. And Indiana has had only that for the past 24 months or so. And when you got talent that's returning, that was in those playoff games, you're gonna start seeing results, and they're getting them. They are getting them, and they got Oregon pretty good in Autzen. That doesn't really happen. They had a long win streak. They would have had the longest win streak in the land at home, but it's definitely raising some eyebrows for Oregon. I don't think there's any panic needed. You've got all the pieces. If you look at the
remainder of their schedule, their hardest game remaining is USC. They don't play Ohio State until maybe Indianapolis, if they get there, which Indiana could, quite frankly, be that team in Indianapolis. It's just hard for Oregon now to look at the remainder of your schedule and go, we don't know. Because you don't know how good you are.
You're past your measuring stick games already. Yeah. And you still have a lot of question marks.
Rutgers, and Wisconsin, Iowa, Minnesota, USC, and Washington is their remaining schedule.
And when you say measuring stick, Dylan, I think that's a perfect analogy. And here's another little tidbit on these top three teams in the nation. They don't play a single ranked team for the rest of the year, and that is Ohio State, Miami, and Indiana. Not one. Or I guess I'm wrong.
Subject to change.
Indiana is playing USC. Is USC ranked?
Yes, USC's ranked.
Again. Okay.
Well, they're ranked now.
Right.
They just got
ranked.
I
looked at that.
Change.
I looked at that on Sunday. But that was
correct.
And it will change
up until that.
But yeah, the measuring stick. They aren't playing the best teams. As in the SEC, Bama's played 3 straight ranked games and handling business. But the wheels will come off when you're playing these battles every single week. And it's tough. The SEC is tougher than the Big Ten is what I'm getting at.
Well, and yes and no. And
I'm tired of pretending like it's not.
Look, and I will agree with you that I think the SEC is better, but we have also spent a lot of time on this show ragging the AP voters. So I think personally you have to dig a little bit deeper than just going, is this a ranked team? Is this not a ranked team? I think you have to look at the style of football that is being played. Oregon, I think Oregon has Iowa. Yeah, Oregon has Iowa. That's going to be an interesting game. That's going to be an interesting game.
Yeah,
Because if Oregon can go in there and put up a lot of points on that Iowa defense and really, really establish dominance, and that's why I'll kind of draw the line and be like, okay, I think Oregon will be just fine.
I do want to be clear here. I think as far as better, the SEC could be better. I think the SEC is deeper for sure. And
100%.
you're defending champs. They're back-to-back in the Big Ten with Michigan and Ohio State. Take that as you will. The top team being considered the best conference, sure. Alabama made the SEC the best conference for a long time. And now they share the wealth a little bit more. Or Georgia shares the wealth, maybe. I might get in trouble for saying that. But the Big Ten might be better. They're not deeper than the SEC, though. I will refuse to believe that.
I mean, I've seen the idea floated out there, and I would love for week 1 to be SEC versus Big Ten, kind of like how they do.
Don't they do it in basketball? Yeah. That'd be awesome.
I genuinely think.
But it should be. No, it should be like our worst team plays their worst team from the previous year. Plays their worst team. That's how it should be. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, and there's no reason it shouldn't be. I mean, from a viewership standpoint, my God, every single game would have numbers.
That's
viewers.
Must watch.
Cinema.
Yeah, I mean,
cinema.
Hey,
so
can you imagine big bright lights, Northwestern, Kentucky?
Whew. And that's a game I would love to watch. You know,
that's awesome.
Mississippi State,
the blue
UCLA.
and the purple. That's a great. Yeah.
I mean, it'll never happen. Like both offices would never agree to do that, just because if one side does kind of run the table in that, then you're setting your conference up for
failure.
Deep issues going further in, because it'll never happen. But I would love for it to happen.
Yeah. Some other results from this weekend. Michigan falls to USC. Wheels are falling off a little bit for Sharon Moore.
Yeah, I don't think he was ever a long-term.
No, and it never really seemed like that.
Fix.
Unfortunately. I mean, say what you want, the guy inherited a national championship team.
Yeah.
Their standard is you're never going to get there, really, probably.
I mean, that's another job that could quite frankly come open at the end of the year if they keep losing games.
Wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me.
Not one bit.
I mean, there's a lot of openings that could be.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's 7 right now, and 15 was the number last year. I could see it getting like ugly.
Well, total openings, I could see the total openings going over, like total prime time. Like, I could see it going over 20 between coaches leaving to go to these other programs. Like, this could be the most wild coaching carousel that we've ever seen in college football.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we got John Gruden going to coach at UAB here.
Hey, groomers, baby. Groomers
we
are
love
back.
Groomer.
Best time of the year was when the groomers start rolling. No. Wife was not happy. I was in the kitchen earlier and I was just singing. Sorry, I was just singing the Lee Bryce song, but I was just saying there's some groomers going round because I saw a picture of him with Ken Ward in a selfie, and I was like, I love this time of the year, man. Groomers are back.
Now, if John Gruden was offered an NFL job and a college football job, which one do you think he would take?
College football.
NFL. You think he would take the NFL?
I feel like he wants to go college right now.
I think he wants to go college.
It depends where.
Yeah, true.
Well, I did hear you say FSU, Mal, and I'm going to cut you off here.
Yeah.
I don't think FSU needs to be talked about. I think the Pitt Panthers need to be talked about more.
Yes.
They played great.
He's a good boy.
And we can kind of combine both of these here. If Pitt was playing Ole Miss this past weekend, Ole Miss they looked sick out there. Pitt probably got them too. It was ugly for Florida State during parts of this game, and I'll let y'all say what you want.
Well, I mean, the only thing I really state about FSU is this FSU Florida State game at the end of the year is going to be cinema.
The Florida State game.
That's another job opening.
Yep. Yeah.
Loser. You have to fire your coach.
Hell, they're both
Non-negotiable.
gone.
They should come out before that game and be like, look, whoever this dude, think about the TV viewership you'd get out of this. Whoever loses this game gets fired. They just come out and say it just straight up. We have Vern Lundquist in there. Gary Daniels, like an old school commentary team, just don't even know what the hell they're saying anymore, and they're just like,
would be the only time
Urban
Florida
Meyer,
State cheers for
Urban
Florida and
Meyer.
Florida cheers for Florida State. That'd be the only time they would be cheering for the opposite teams.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
going back to Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin with a very, very, very subtle jab at the students of Ole Miss. Did y'all see that jab he took at the Ole Miss student section?
I have
Rightfully
something to say
so.
about this a little bit later, but yeah.
Rightfully. Oh, am I treading water here, Dylan?
You're treading water here. I'm gonna get into it.
Okay. I'll let you get into it a little bit later.
Thank
But
you.
yeah, I wanted to point that one out. It just not the greatest look for Ole Miss.
Bad. I'll voice my opinion here during sport court, but yeah, I completely agree with you on that. All right. Any other happenings from this past weekend in college football we want to get into?
I can kind of say I had a little bit more piece to say about Georgia, but I'll say it in my look ahead.
All right. I'll just wrap up Tennessee game. We had a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter, and then absolutely everybody started getting hurt, so we just ran the ball, and Arkansas came back.
And
I was
my parlay.
And I was very nervous and scared, but we won, so I'll take it. Everyone's alive for the most part. Yeah. But big one, sneaky big one next week. We got Louisville at Miami. Look, you got Miller Moss and you got Louisville coming in. This is not a bad Louisville team, folks. They could 100% catch Miami slipping here if Miami plays a down game. This is going to be a fun one to watch. Matt, what do you think?
I really like Louisville. When I was making the slip, I saw that game and I said, this has potential to be game of the week, quite frankly. This has potential to be one of those games where we look back and go, my God, the Louisville Cardinals have a chance to make the playoff. And Miami, we talked about it last week, still think that they are the best team in college football. But I don't know if there is a best team in college football right now. I really don't. Based off what
floaters.
We saw with Oregon.
Yeah, you got floaters up there that could each throw their hat into the ring. But personally, I still think Miami has the best strength of record right now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, I think anybody can lose to anybody this year. Now, obviously, you're not going to go out there and lose to FSC Southeast, but, you know, I mean,
another college football
unless you're playing on Heisman. Unless you're playing on Heisman, then you're going to lose.
Happens, man.
It happens to the best of us.
I was really bummed during recruiting when I realized the Rattlers weren't real. But yeah, it's a sneaky one.
It's a spot where Louisville's got a real opportunity, and when you give the right coaching staff with the right players an opportunity as big as this one, they're gonna give Miami a good shot. Granted, I think Miami's got some moxie. They've got that swag that when they got that stuff going on, it's tough to beat a team. They're at home, and I think that's what's going to save them here, but that spread's a little steep.
The only thing where I look at that and I go, yes, they're at home. Yes, this is a night game, but this is a Friday night game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I go, and I really don't know if that favors Miami or if that favors Louisville. Because a Friday night game at the Rock,
I feel like that favors, just based off where their stadium is, I feel like that might favor Louisville a little bit more.
Yeah.
Just gut
reaction.
reaction.
That's why I was thinking about that, as I was just like, it's a strange game. I am really happy it's being played on a Friday night. Gives me something to really look forward to on a Friday night football. But a very, very weird spot for Miami here. Very weird spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah, it's not necessarily similar to Florida State going to Virginia on that Friday night game a couple weeks ago. But yeah, these Friday night games got some weird juju where you got to go out and execute and play your brand. I think Miami's okay though. I'm not too worried about them.
Another big one. We got the Tigers, LSU coming to Nashville. Vanderbilt, 2.5-point favorites opening line for this game. Not gonna lie, I had to do a double take when I saw that line. I really did. It's still very strange for me to see a little number next to Vandy and then also them being favored in a ranked matchup. That's very strange for me. I don't like it.
Somebody
Yeah.
somebody just got out of a coma and heard you say that, Skippy, and they might just roll over and go back into a coma seeing that
Just,
Vandy's
like, put me
ranked
back
and a
in.
favorite against LSU. Certainly if it's an LSU fan, they would probably assume that LSU is one of the worst teams they've had in the past 2 decades. But in reality, LSU's not too bad, and Vandy's not too bad. Those are 2 pretty good teams. It'll be a great game.
And I mean, I had some stats for this one, and this is where I think this game gets very interesting. Is you've got an LSU defense that is very, very good. I mean, I think we can officially say LSU's defense is in the top elite tiers of defense. 21st in yards allowed, but not allowing that many points. And you got a Vanderbilt offense that's averaging over 450 yards a game. What happens here? I mean, which one gives?
Rubber meets the road. We'll see.
Well, Wet Week's stomach's definitely not going to hold here. He might
That dude
throw up.
pukes every game.
I think he does it
that.
on purpose.
I've seen clips of him. He don't gag himself, but so if he can make himself puke without gagging himself, that's impressive stuff. You should look into the circuits, young man. You can make yourself throw up without gagging yourself.
Yeah, all I got to do is think about something gross and then go.
So right now, you could rip a puke.
I mean, I don't really want to, but
could you rip a puke right now?
If I drank enough water, yeah. I mean, it's like he's just puking water, basically.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you drink enough water like that and you're running, like, yes, you can.
If Georgia loses, will you make yourself puke?
No. This is a very losable game.
I will probably puke tomorrow night. Anyways.
Yeah, you probably will.
Probably will. I don't know. I think you're gonna need some assistance from the dirty water on Saturday if you're an LSU fan watching this game. Bama played Vandy, and they're tough. They move the ball well. Your defense has got to be on their P's and Q's, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in this game at all.
Interesting stat I just found here. Interesting stat.
Read the stat like that. Read the stat like that.
Vanderbilt ranks second in FBS third down percentage, converting 57.9% of their third downs.
That was way better
canceled.
Than... That was just like a Cartman voice. We'll just say that. Yeah.
Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt has 59% and a 39%.
But that is a very interesting stat. I did not know Vanderbilt was converting that well on third downs. I don't think did anybody know they were that?
No.
I had no idea. So that's a great stat pool there. Let me see if I can find LSU's third down defense. You guys, y'all do a little talking here.
Who else is playing this upcoming week?
USC's playing at Notre Dame. There's another game I keep forgetting. What is it? Oh yeah,
that's right.
Saturday in October. Man, I can't believe it's this time of year already.
It has gone by fast. I will say that. Both teams playing good. I think Tennessee played a 99.9% good game against Georgia, and they unfortunately couldn't get it done.
I think we're playing fine. I think Tennessee's playing fine right now. I feel like I haven't seen anything that resembles a Georgia game since the Georgia game. Just being honest. Yeah, I would be an idiot if I didn't say I felt very worried going into this weekend. I do. Bama's hitting their stride. They look great. And we are kind of just meddling, like bubbling. Like we're not really, we're just kind of existing right now.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think both teams are a little bit on the injury bug a little bit. I don't think it's too bad. I mean, some other teams might be going through worse, but what's Tennessee's status looking
We
like?
are very, very, very hurt on defense. We still don't have both of our starting corners. We got our starting defensive tackle back, but he got hurt again. I don't know what his status will be. Our running back got hurt. Sean Bishop got hurt. Shout out Knoxville kid. But we're very injured. We're very beat up. Just keeping it beans and toast, keeping it real with you. We're very beat up right now.
Yeah,
Defensively.
It's pretty similar here for Bama. I think Tennessee's probably sounds a little worse when you mention the corners, but linebackers for us are pretty bad. Jam Miller got a pretty ugly concussion against Mizzou.
Yeah.
He'll be doubtful. So as far as that goes, I mean, the game's got to be played, and there are some healthy guys that are going to go lay it on the line, and it's fun. I think when you talk about home environments, playing in Neyland when you're Bama it's become pretty nightmarish in recent years. Historically, never been a problem, and for Georgia, it's not a problem. Who cares?
Not a problem.
But dude, Neyland is not like Bryant-Denny. These Bama fans will bring it, but they don't bring it like these Tennessee fans sometimes. And this is sort of me calling them out this weekend, like, hey, the fans might have to be the difference in winning this game, because Tennessee can move the ball and certainly still have our number. Y'all beat us last year, and I think our corners are going to get tested. There's a lot that'll go into this game. I think we gave Mal enough time for that stat. I think you were ready to say it about 2 minutes ago.
So where Vanderbilt is, I think I said, 78% on third down? LSU is getting off the field 35% of the time on third down. Or no, they're allowing conversions on third down 35% of the time. I don't think I said that the greatest.
No,
I understand.
Okay, so the opponents are converting 35% of the time on third down against LSU, and Vanderbilt is converting 78% of the time, or whatever I said. So this is a true. This is going to be a true. This might be my.
That might be the keys to the game, Mal.
Yeah,
third down. I mean, conversion.
Speaking of third down, I just thought of another funny Auburn stat.
Go ahead.
Auburn started 8 for 8 on third down and didn't convert another third down for the entire game.
All right. Give it to him, Mal. Give it to him. But yeah, third Saturday in October.
Yeah, I mean, me and Dylan have touched on it a little bit.
Mal, what is your objective take?
I feel about like 8 out of 10 level confidence for Bama. Like, I think we will get the job done. We might not look good, and it might take overtime even. Like, we're not looking past anybody right now, which I think is not good for Tennessee. But Tennessee also is a top team in the nation. If you're top 15, you're a top team in the nation. There's 130 teams out there. If you're one of the 15 best, you're a good team. And Tennessee is that. So
I don't want to spoil anything, but I will get into my opinions on this game a little bit later.
That tells me all we need to know for now.
Yeah, you pretty much just spoiled
Yeah,
it.
I mean, there's really no way to get around that.
Yeah.
Well, Mal, I'll go ahead and say I picked this game as my dog of the
Did you
week,
really?
So you can't. No. No.
Okay, I was about to. I picked it thinking neither one of you guys are going to pick it. So.
I couldn't do it to myself. I considered it.
Oh, Lord have mercy. But have y'all? I mean, I guess I could get into it, but I'll save it. I'll save it.
We can save it because we're going to talk about it more when we get to Good Boys, I'm sure. Why don't we rejoice a little bit? Brian Callahan is no longer the head coach of the Tennessee Titans.
Are we just going to gloss over Georgia versus Ole Miss this weekend? We're just...
No one cares about that. No.
Wow. My man is giving me hell.
Yeah, we'll just talk about that one later because that's my dog of the week.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. No, it actually is not. I think
Sorry, I jumped the gun. I was really excited about Brian.
I know you are.
Tuck it, Skippy.
I'm tucking it. Go ahead, Mal. Talk about Ole Miss.
My favorite thing about Ole Miss, Georgia, I'll let you talk about the game, Mal. My favorite thing about Ole Miss, Georgia is the culture of Ole Miss and the culture of UGA. I think the fans at Ole Miss are very different from the ones at UGA, and when they come to a football game, it's just funny. I love watching it as an outsider.
They're terrible.
Fan, and it's one of the
horrible.
best. It's always one sided, usually with Georgia putting belt to ass, and it's funny.
I have a
I'll
take
leave it
on
at
this
that.
game. It's quick. It's quick. Now and then you can kind of rip. This is a pitch. This company can pay me for this if they want. I will happily take all monetary considerations. I think Waymo should just sponsor this game. I think Waymo should come in and just go to Sanford Stadium and just be like, hey, we'll pay you this amount of money if you can block off this many miles outside the stadium and just let Waymos in. If you guys don't know what Waymos are, it's self-driving cars, robotic driving cars. Because let me tell you, the last thing you want to be doing is in a car anywhere within 30 miles of this stadium on Saturday night. So just be wary, folks. Waymo, sponsor it. The future. Hey, you can't break the speed limit if you're not driving, brother.
Future. Nah, but keys of the game in this one. And I prepared some notes, so I didn't really talk too much about Georgia and the Georgia-Auburn recap, so this is where I will kind of go into Georgia's offense. I talked a lot about Georgia's defense. Georgia's defense, not super worried about it. They're going to be dog shit in the first half, and they come out in the second half and look like the best defense in the entire world for some reason. Don't know, don't understand it, can't explain it. It is what it is. But my God, has Mike Bobo ever heard of attaching a quarterback read to an inside zone? Because I was sitting in the upper deck of Jordan Hare this past weekend, and there was about 7 times where I said, if Gunner Stockton had the opportunity to keep this ball around the edge, he picks up 7 yards. Like, it baffles me. It truly baffles me that we have not attached a read to every single inside zone play that we run. I don't know if they don't think Gunner's not smart enough to pull the ball or not make the read. I genuinely, for the life of me, I can't figure this out. But
have you considered they want to keep him healthy?
Well, I mean, he doesn't run the ball enough anyway. Like, it's at the end of the day, you got to. Oh yeah, but at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do to win football games. At the end of the day, right?
True.
And if that's the case, you look at Gunner and you say, if you take a hit, like you get down, and if you take a hit, we're going to pull you. Or not pull you, but there's going to be repercussions. But with Mike Bobo, with how much Mike Bobo loves to run the bubble screen, and with how much Mike Bobo loves to run the ball inside, holy hell, if they would just let Gunner Stockton keep some of these balls, everything else would open up around that. I mean, if there was an RPO attached to every single one of these inside zones, Georgia's offense would be unstoppable. Genuinely. I mean, like I said, the amount of times I'm sitting in the upper deck going, holy hell, just keep the ball. I mean, there was 2 times where he would have broken for 20 yards because he never does it. They're just all crashing inside the front 7. And there is a freaking Red Sea parted for him on the outside. So that's my biggest gripe is that, and that might be coming later in the year whenever it's, time to nut up or shut up. Honestly, it's hard for me to tell. But it just feels like one of those missed opportunities for that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, did y'all watch a lot of that game Saturday?
Bits and pieces.
Considering I have made a guarantee, yes.
I mean, how do you feel about that?
Do you think I'm scattered football brain this past weekend?
Yeah, I'm a little bit in the same boat.
So many games I was trying to pay attention to.
It's tough to just have that longevity of a fresh football spirit when your team plays a sweaty game on the road at 11 Central Time. 11. I just wanted to sit on the couch and be quiet for the Oklahoma-Texas game, and then I sort of got back into it with that Georgia-Auburn game, and I think you made good points. Georgia's offense looked a little different in how Gunner made plays with his feet.
I mean, versus
don't know.
Tennessee. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just.
He didn't have
And I mean,
to
we
run
saw,
really in Tennessee.
yeah, but I
He
mean,
was
like that last
diamond.
touchdown against Auburn. I mean, we saw him get out of the pocket. He's fast. He's mobile. He can do it. And it just feels like Georgia's offense is constantly stuck in reverse from not using the full arsenal of Gunner Stockton. And like I said, that could be because they're trying to keep him fresh, and then they're going to unleash that whenever it's time to nut up. At the
I
end
mean,
of the
but
year.
also Stetson, look what happened. Like, Buddy moved around all he wanted, and it was incredible.
That's what I'm saying. I genuinely don't know. And I mean, we saw flashes. I remember like my favorite Dylan quote is, wait, what was the quote you had about Stetson? Where like he's like a jackrabbit, like the Energizer Bunny or whatever, running around back there. You can't bring him down. Or
yeah,
after he slipped all those.
One of I don't remember what the quote was, but the thing about Stetson, I always found so like, if you're an opposing fan, it's infuriating. But if you're just love football, you appreciate it. This man would never take a sack. It was unreal. I've seen Baker Mayfield play live. I've seen Jalen Hurts play live. I've seen some really good quarterbacks play live. This dude, unreal when it comes to getting out of the pocket, unreal when it comes to breaking tackles. Not only that, if you wrap this guy up, he found a way to throw the ball. Somehow, he'd have a 350-pound dude on his back, and he's still throwing the ball. Not taking sacks. It blew my mind. That's one of the best qualities of Stetson Bennett. Yes. And I will say this. I told you this Saturday night and texted you guys because I caught a few plays. I am a Gunner Stockton.
I am too.
I
mean,
think this kid's great.
He's the third best quarterback in college football.
What are we on? Ty Simpson. Are we gonna put Indiana's quarterback above him?
That's
Gunner
not
Stockton
accurate.
has the third highest QBR in college football. Look it up.
QBR, I don't know.
Not even top 10 in passing yards in the SEC.
Third highest QBR. He's efficient.
QBR is fraudulent.
Passing yards is one thing, but quarterback rating is everything. The third
Drew
best
Aller didn't
quarterback.
have a bad QBR.
Well, I'll say it this way. I think Ty Simpson's the third best quarterback in college football. I think there's Fernando Mendoza for one at Indiana. He's one or two.
Yeah, for sure.
But
right now,
I don't know.
Jordan Mailata has the highest QBR, USC's quarterback. And then Taylor Green at Arkansas has the second highest QBR.
I felt like I was watching, when I was watching Taylor Green play, I felt like I was watching, it's like if Lamar Jackson was 6 inches taller. Like that brother.
He's really good.
Yeah, brother is huge. He's huge and he is so mobile. There was one play. He absolutely, I think it was like a 3rd and 20 or something like that. And we had like six dudes in the backfield immediately. And he is able to outrun every single one of them and then pick up the first down. Like he was probably 30 yards back and just still picked up the first down. He broke all the tackles. He beat all the angles defenders had on him. It was incredible. He played. It's probably the best game he played this entire year was against us. He looked good. He looked real good.
I mean, and I see that, and I just can't imagine how good he would be if he was actually on a contending team.
It's sad. Yeah.
But kind of back to the Georgia Ole Miss game. I mean, defense plays like the way the defense can play. If they come out like second half Georgia for the full game, this game's not close. If they come out slow like they have in the past, every game this year, and the offense struggles, it's going to be an interesting game. But the biggest note on this game is the Georgia fans are trying to do something that's never been done before in Sanford Stadium. I don't know if you guys have seen this.
Stripe out?
Georgia is trying to stripe Sanford Stadium.
Why?
Red.
Ask why?
I have no idea. I guess we've seen people do it and think it looks cool, and it does look cool, but I mean, this is called for by the fans, not the university. I want to put that out there right now.
I will also preface that's how everything starts. That's how Checker Nealon started.
Yeah. So this is called out by the fans. I can confirm that it has gotten to Facebook. It got sent to me by my father, who is not the most technologically savvy. So if it got to my father, it's probably getting to a lot of people. We'll see if the old head Georgia fans stick to it. The ones that go to the games, we'll see. But If there's anything we know is that the students will be wearing black. That side of the stadium will be wearing black. If you are in the end zone student section and up into the opposing end zone, you will be wearing white. And if you are on the north, you're wearing white or red. So we'll see.
So it's not like a lot of stripes. It's like 4?
No, it's going to be 3. It's going to be, basically, it's hard to explain. Y'all know the student section.
It's going to look like a pie chart.
Yeah. Well,
What's the point of that?
It's more to mimic the pants, the stripes on the pants.
I need to see a picture.
Well, I guess we'll see how they do. I guess we'll see how they do on Saturday. If my only 2 cents on this is just do better than Ohio State did when they tried to copy the helmet on like their north end zone. That was awful.
Yeah, it's bad.
I'll tell you right now, it's not going to work out for them.
Yeah.
God bless them. They try to do some cool. They try to do things that are quote unquote cool, but it's just Georgia stuff like that just doesn't really work for some reason.
Mal, you mentioned Facebook. Have you guys been on Facebook recently? Either one of you?
Somewhat.
Well, there's 2 things I do on Facebook, which are like kind of like my dirty habits. I will doom scroll Marketplace. I'm really dating myself right here. I will doom scroll Marketplace because people got some crazy stuff on there. Look, I'm going to open it up right now. While I'm still talking. I doom scroll Marketplace. And secondly, these AI videos, especially now that like Sora has came out, the new AI video model, has absolutely blown these old people's minds. I saw a video of a dog. I saw there was a girl, a quote unquote girl drowning, like a little girl drowning. This golden retriever runs into this rushing river, scoops her up like a human, carrying her out. And there's crocodiles chasing him out of the water. And all these people were in the comments being like, that's why dogs are the best. And that's why, and it is unreal. Okay, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. This is why you doom scroll Marketplace. This lady is listing for $75. And this is the exact caption. Beautiful and enormous cornucopia.
Hey, it's about that time of the year.
Look, she put a yardstick next to it.
That is a big, beautiful cornucopia. That is a BB. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. That's a BBC. That's a big, beautiful cornucopia right there.
That was beautifully done.
This is what I'm talking about.
Was there pro football this weekend?
I think there was pro football this week.
Yeah, there was pro football. Unfortunately for me as a Titans fan.
I just want to give a big shout out to our team that was playing Thursday night. I got the jersey on for tonight's episode. These G-men are maybe one of the most fun groups of 53 pro athletes in the world right now.
I mean, it's really just CTE, bro. I mean, Scatabo makes that team so much better, and then to surround him with, Jackson Dart. I was gonna, I'm gonna say Mormon bro, Jackson Dart, and CTE bro make that team electric.
Yeah, that was a weird spot for the Eagles. They had a short week after coming off a loss, and the Giants don't take the division games off. They might look terrible against the Saints, and they did. But if they have a chance to beat up on the Eagles, they'll take it, and they did.
I don't have too much to say about that. During the first half of that game, I was busy watching the Kennesaw State Owls.
Big shout out there.
Big shout out. That was honestly, all right, I'm just going to say this right now. Last college football. If you live near a Conference USA team and you have a chance to go to a weeknight Conference USA football game, you're going to need beer because it's just atrocious football, but go watch it. Just go do it. Do yourself a favor and go experience weeknight college or Conference USA football. I'm done.
I got to go check out these Blue Raiders at Middle Tennessee.
You have to.
I think I might have said this last week. I have such a strong connection with Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders. I've won them 3 national championships in a row on my dynasty. So I need to check them out. But yeah, let's hop over into NFL. The biggest headline: Brian Callahan's gone. I'm just happy they made the right decision. There was no improvement week to week. In fact, we look worse week to week. And it was just stagnant, and it was time. His dad left with him. They had a press conference at 7:30. It's 8:30 Central right now as we're recording this, but I don't know what the outcome of that is. I'll have to check after the show, but I'm glad he's gone. This is a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Let's start the groomers.
I'm a big truther of the statement, what's understood does not need to be said, but I do want to understand you 100% on that stat you've said twice on this podcast now. I say we just do it one more time and put a pin in it.
All right. Out of his first, 20 games coached or whatever it was, whatever the stat was, he had the lowest win percentage in NFL head coach history.
Yeah, gone. Good. He's fired.
Gone. Yeah. 4-19, I think, was his record.
Wow.
Should have really been 3-20. We shouldn't have won that game against Arizona. So
that was one of the most slippery, sketchy, whatever games, and they won it. But if that's the high point of the Callahan era, wow, what the fuck?
It really was, honestly. That really was. So we got Mike Vrabel coming into town next week, and he is going to pummel us. We might lose by 30.
Well, I was going to ask you, being a Titans fan, how do you feel about seeing the success that Mike Vrabel is having right now with the New England Patriots, and not necessarily knowing it could have been you, but the what if of it could have been you?
I don't know. It's hard for me to really imagine what life would be like with Vrabel still as our coach. I think there was like a contact point that I don't think either party was going to get past, whether it was like our ownership, our GM, or Vrabel. I think it kind of got to the point where there were so many differences that it kind of was the only option. So I really don't feel like upset he's not our coach. Like, I appreciated the time we had with him, but like I feel like it was just never going to work out. Like, he was always too good for us in a way. So yeah, that's kind of my take on it.
I would agree. And I mean, that what you just said about being too good for Tennessee, that's where it kind of sucks now, is because now you are looking for a head coach is willing to come in. Really, I mean, the only thing you have to dangle is Cam Ward. I mean, Cam Ward is the only piece of ash y'all have to dangle at a head coach.
Yeah. I just want to hear John Gruden just get on the podium and just be like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to sit back and we're going to let Cam Ward just throw it on a line, right on the dot, hit Calvin Ridley right in the chest. That's what I want to hear so bad. That's what I want to hear so bad. But I'll never hear it. Never hear it.
Well, aside from how poor Auburn's offense looked against Georgia in the second half, two teams might have outdone them for a full 4 quarters. And for those of you that decided to wake up early on Sunday and watch that London game, myself being a Broncos fan, I wish I slept through it. It was the final 2.5 minutes of the first half. If you just want to go check that out somehow, I don't even know how you get your hands on the video of the final 2.5 minutes in retrospect. But what the Jets did in that 2-minute drill was one of the worst football things I've ever seen in my life. I'm talking, you're running the football with 1 minute and 5 seconds left on the 30, and you have no timeouts. It's like they were waving the white flag in the second quarter, and they were only down 4 points. It's no shocking thing that the Jets are 0-6 right now.
And I mean, I look at that and how bad the Jets are playing compared to how good the Giants are doing right now. That's got to feel bad knowing the Giants were right there with you, a couple seasons ago, right in the slums with you. And to look at the direction that Giants franchise is heading and the direction the Jets franchise is heading, that's got to be the biggest slap in the face. for any New York fan. And Elkins, you might know this. Is it typically Mets fans that are Jets fans and Yankees fans that are Giants fans, or how does that?
Say that again. What was that?
Is it
Mets fans? Mets fans are typically Jets fans.
I think
Giants fans are typically
Yankees
No, that's
fans.
true. That's true.
Is that true? Okay.
Yeah.
I know a lot of Mets, Jets, Islanders fans. God bless them.
Yeah.
God bless them. That's brutal.
I feel like the most common out of, I might get in trouble. I've got probably some buddies listening to this right now, but Jets, Mets, Islanders, Rangers, Yankees, Giants. That's what I think it is.
That's 100%.
I don't think it's always the same case. It might be different. Families are all unique, whatnot, but I think that's
this is just
mainly
broad assumptions.
I feel so bad for them, and I have a good buddy who still lives in Connecticut. I made a documentary about him because he was fans of 3 of the worst teams. I just followed him around for like a week, and I just kept asking. I was like, so what does it feel like to never win anything? Like, there's a whole, I think it's called, the documentary is called The Misery of Jets Fans. If I can find it, I'll show it. I'll show it to you guys. But I might have him start calling in. Like, I just need updates. We need personalized Jets updates, because I kind of hope they keep losing games. It's fun to see if they will not win a single one. That'd be fun.
That would be a cool, that'd be a fun little segment, just find a fan from one of the most miserable sports teams and just let them rant for let them, not even interview them, just let them rant for like 5 minutes on the podcast.
Yeah.
Just let them get it out. Let them get it out.
That's great. That's a great idea. We might have to do that. Just whoever's down bad the most that week, just leave us a voicemail and we'll play it on the show.
Well, I know one of my buddies that's a Cowboys fan would like to have his moment to talk about this past weekend, because wow. Rico Dowdle.
That was bad. And Bryce Young is starting to look like an NFL quarterback. I mean,
yeah, he's developing. It's not
he's
not
finally
anything
got
I
a target.
expected, but
I don't want to say it was a matter of time, but just from his size, that aspect of it, people are like, he's little. I don't know if he'll translate to the NFL. I thought his skill set was going to translate. The people that are around him, I think he's got good receivers now.
He's
Good
got
young rookies. Tet. They've got a pair of tight ends that are good, like Leggette's serviceable. I don't really see. They have a good O line too. If you look at their PFF, I don't know if y'all ever.
Yeah.
Quarterback, that's Super Bowl caliber. So it doesn't shock me that they're starting to put these results together. Their defense, on the other hand, I don't think it's going to take them very far.
Well, I mean, it kind of goes back to what I said last week, about you don't have a quarterback problem, you have a system problem, and you have deeper issues than quarterback. And, the Panthers went out and got Bryce Young, and quite frankly, this is where I will tip my hat to the Carolina Panthers. They have stuck with him. Now, obviously, they benched him for Andy Dalton last year, but they never really gave up on Bryce Young, right? They knew the skill set was there, and they knew that it was not going to be overnight, and that they needed to build around him. Now, they jumped the gun in getting a quarterback, I think. I think they should have built a team first with a veteran quarterback, somebody that was serviceable, and then go get a quarterback. But they're starting to build that team around Bryce Young, and they're starting to pay some of the dividends for it. But yeah, I mean, Bryce always had the talent. We saw it in college. We've seen flashes of it in the past few years in the NFL. I mean, Bryce has always had the talent. Now that he's got a legitimate number one receiver in Teterow and McMillan, we're starting to see them kind of put the pieces together.
Yeah. It's
definitely. I think the last noteworthy item in the NFL has got to be these Baltimore Ravens.
I was about to say Ravens are dead.
They're dead.
Ravens are dead. That's really who we need to go. We need to get Stabby to call in. I want to hear what Stabby's got to say. Have you guys watched his videos after the game?
I know Ravens fans. I know a Ravens fan we could call Elkins.
Oof. Yeah, the list is brief for me, but I know
one Ravens fan.
Yeah, it's still early in the year, and you've got an MVP level talent.
Oh, yeah. You can't come back.
I
You're not
don't
making
know.
the playoffs.
I think the Steelers are playing too good, and
I agree with that.
and I think
know
the
what?
AFC West is too deep. Your Chargers, Broncos, and Chiefs are all in the playoffs.
You know
It's
what?
gonna
I'm going to
happen.
say it. I'm going to say it. I'm going to do it right now. It's going to be a season-long one, but I guarantee you the Baltimore Ravens do not make the playoffs.
Wow. Say it again. Restate it. You got to say
I
it with your chest.
guarantee that the Baltimore Ravens have dug themselves too deep of a hole, like I have in fantasy football, starting 0-6. Just needed to throw that in there. But the Baltimore Ravens will not make the playoffs, guaranteed.
Should we go ahead and decide its punishment while we're here?
I mean, you can if you want to.
Let's do it. We're going to have the historians keep track of this. Elkin, since you're kind of facing a similar situation, what do you think his penalty should be?
If I'm a little bit on the spot,
I feel like this one should be a little bit harsher.
The Blazing challenge sort of came up out of the blue. Like I was just sitting there in the second half of the Auburn game. I was like, I should do something for saying this. Like, so that sounds a little messed up so far. No, I guaranteed something. I messed it up. Mal, I think you could come up with something. I
feel
would
like this one should be kind of harsh because
food challenges are cool. I think we could do something there, but
ooh, I am very near Big Pie in the Sky. You know that big ass pizza?
oh dude, that's just gonna salt.
Yeah, but
like,
that sounds awesome. That's not a punishment. That sounds awesome. Somebody's
yeah,
like, hey,
eating a
we're going to
big
drop
pizza.
this big pizza in front of you. You got to eat it.
It's more of a financial punishment because if you don't finish it, I think it's like $200.
We should do something physical. We'll come up with
physical.
something.
We'll revisit, but I think it should be a little rough because I think the Ravens are dead. Dylan, I think you think the Ravens are dead. This is a very, very
Ravens
deep
are dead.
hole. Yeah,
But I'm not gonna guarantee that they're out of the playoffs. I think it's still a little early, but I don't know. It'd be tough.
See, the thing about the Ravens,
guaranteed.
though, when they're healthy, this is a team that could beat everyone any weekend. And they can string 10 games together coming off this bye week.
They'd have to have a crazy run. They'd have to have a pretty
It
crazy
would be
run.
crazy. The AFC's tough this year, and I think it's a safe assumption.
I do have one more thing to say. Now, this is obviously a mid-game, but the Falcons are up 21-14 on the Buffalo Bills right now on Monday Night Football. I want to say I didn't see this coming, but damn,
You didn't see this coming.
I didn't see this coming.
Yeah, don't act like
I'm not gonna lie. I do have Falcons money line right now, but it does feel good to have a serviceable football team that is capable of getting a big win in prime time. Now, obviously, the game's still going on. A lot of time for the Falcons to choke this. They probably will choke this.
Yeah, you didn't need to say anything. It's funny. I think the Bills tend to play a little bit worse on primetime slots, and the Falcons always play great in primetime slots. They beat the Eagles last year on Sunday night. Vikings earlier this year was a field goal fest, but they still looked great against them. And then now, obviously, they're winning. I think the Falcons, I guarantee them to make the playoffs. No.
No. That is not a guarantee I would make.
He's kidding.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
He's kidding.
Yeah, I'll learn my lesson tomorrow. More to come.
I guarantee that we should get into sport court. Let's get into sport court. Who wants to go first today? I can go. Mine kind of got blown up. Mine kind of got blown up earlier, so I'll get into it. I am suing the Ole Miss fan base. I have never been so disgusted and ashamed for another fan base in my life. They have a top 5 team in the nation who's in a 3-point game midway through the fourth quarter. And the stadium looks like they were up 50 on an FCS team. It was one of the end zones might as well have been empty. It was so pathetic. So pathetic. And I don't blame Lane Kiffin for taking a shot. Honestly, he's a better man than me because he has begged and begged and begged and begged these fans to be there. And he has put a great product out on the field. They are top 5 in the country, like I said. And they still don't care. If I'm him, I'm calling Penn State. I'm not letting them call
Florida.
me. I'm calling Penn State. I'm calling Penn State. Think about it, Mal. You get to play an easy schedule. You get all the money in the world, and you have one of the best fan bases around you. You're going to have 100,000+ at every game you play, and it's going to be loud and rowdy. You don't have to beg anymore. The talent's already there. You can come in and start producing immediately. Why on earth would anyone stay at Ole Miss? Why? They do not care. They've proven they don't care over and over and over and over again. It's ridiculous. So shame on you, Ole Miss. I hope Lane Kiffin goes to a better place. He's a great talent and deserves better.
I just don't think Lane Kiffin would want to move up north.
Restitution here?
Restitution should be, don't be a crappy fan base and show up for your team. They're playing, it's not like they're playing Washington State. It's ridiculous. I don't know.
Hey, we love Wazoo. We love Wazoo on this podcast.
Not knocking Wazoo. That's what I'm saying. If they're playing Washington State, they're not playing, as you said earlier, FCS Southeast. This isn't college football. They're playing a legit
go groupers, baby.
Former Power 5. I don't know what we want to kind of classify them as anymore right now, but it's still Wazoo.
I don't know what to say, quite frankly. I mean, there's been times where Sanford's, not been super full, but there's never been a time where it looked like, I saw the pictures. There's never been a time where it's looked that empty.
That's bad.
It was a very tough look. Elkins, anything?
Yeah, I can't be too distasteful for Ole Miss fans. Bama's had their share of getting called out by Saban in the past. Granted, we were playing your San Jose States of the world, so I think you're going to win this case, Dylan.
Yeah, I think I should.
Easily.
It's ridiculous. So that's my sport court for the week.
Love it. Ole Miss, do better. Shame on you.
Shame.
Well, I'm going to be suing every reporter that has asked their head coach if they're taking the Penn State job. This is getting ridiculous. This is getting it's getting to the point where Manny Diaz has been asked if he would take the Penn State job. And I'm sitting here going, if you think Penn State would call Manny Diaz, I want to know what you're smoking.
Yeah.
We're asking the most ridiculous coaches right now. Hey, would you take the Penn State job? And this is no sly at Fran Brown, but they've asked Fran Brown if he would take the Penn State job. If Fran Brown got called, yeah, he would take it. The most interesting answer to this one, though, and this kind of is getting a little off topic, but did y'all see Matt Ruhl's answer?
I did, but not before you move on. I do want to say I already saw Nick Saban coming out of retirement rumors. Yeah. I was like, this is unreal. This is unreal.
It's getting ridiculous. I'll do restitution right now. Reporters, stick in your lane. Stop badgering these head coaches. It's in the middle of the fucking college football season. These coaches, while they might be thinking about it, I highly doubt Manny Diaz is getting a call. Now, Manny Diaz may get a call to go be a coordinator for the Penn State, but he's not getting a call to go be the head coach of Penn State. Neither is Fran Brown. Penn State's going to be targeting an elite head coach. So rest assured, Duke fans, Manny Diaz isn't going anywhere. Rest assured, Syracuse fans, you're not going to lose Fran Brown, at least not to freaking Penn State. And just shut up and ask questions about the actual team and the freaking boys that are on the field putting their blood, sweat, and tears into it, and stop trying to create fake rumors.
Very nice.
Back to Matt Ruhl. Oh my gosh. Elkins, did you watch that?
It
I
fired
had
me up.
no idea.
It fired me up.
Matt
I'm
Ruhl
not
got
gonna lie.
asked.
It really fired me up.
Everything he said was no, but if you saw the look in his eyes, if you saw the look in
He
that
was
man's
starving.
eyes, everything he said, I'm staying at Nebraska, but his eyes were already in Happy Valley.
Wow.
What? No, I did not. You got that from that video? Oh,
I gotta check it out then, because
no.
let's put a pin in this. I am gonna check it out because now y'all are contradicting each other's sort of.
There's no way. I'm looking at it right now. Hold on.
I'll
His
take a peek
eyes,
at this.
The way his voice sounded. it's almost like he was trying to convince himself that he wouldn't.
No, I totally did not get that from that. I 100% got, we're here, we're building a program, we got the best facilities. If you want to win, come here. That's what I heard.
I'll pick my side here.
The way he said, I grew up cheering for him. It's my alma mater. You know, I gave a lot for Penn State. You know, their AD's my best. Everything about that video screamed, if they call me, I'm answering the phone.
I didn't know he was a Penn State alum. So, okay, I'll check it out. I will give you my two people, actually. Similar route as you, Mal. These reporters, they got to do better. But I can't believe some of these commentators are employed. And there was a point in this Bama-Mizzou game where I just about had to mute the TV. Joe Tessitore and Jesse Palmer, I feel like you guys don't know anything about football sometimes.
I'm sorry, but once you're involved with The Bachelor, you should not be able to come back and call college football games.
I'm suing these two guys. There was a point in this game. Caden Proctor got another touch. On this play, he achieves a first down, and he gets it to 1st and goal inside the 1-yard line. There was a missed face mask on this call. Who cares? If there's a face mask called on this play, it is 1st and goal on inside the 1, no matter what. And Jesse Palmer is over here blabbering, saying, very, very fortunate for Missouri they didn't call it face mask. Buddy, do you understand how stupid that is? Like, y'all see what I'm saying here. I can't be the only one. Like, that is a sentence that just didn't need to be spoken, and it wasn't just one time. These guys are A1 Bama haters. They probably said Gus Malzahn. Like, this hate I have for them comes from games in the past. The Florida State game, they said the name Gus Malzahn probably 50 times. Like, Gus Malzahn he just knows how to beat Alabama. And I'm like, yeah, respectfully, yes. But then just the terminology and stuff, it's kind of crazy they don't have people that can do better. So my restitution is for ESPN, ABC, get better crews.
I'd agree with that.
Fair.
I think a lot of the Auburn fans would agree with that, too.
You know what? I got a bone to pick. You're right, Elkins. You said better crews. Mine specifically is for ESPN, more specifically SEC Network. Do we tape these games on potatoes? Why am I watching the Tennessee Vols play a 3:15 game against Arkansas, and it looks like it was like 480p? It looked like it was filmed on a potato. I can barely see the football. Why is the quality so bad? Why can't every game be 4K nowadays? I don't understand. I work in media. I'm around it all the time. I don't understand why we can't do 4K broadcast for every game. It blows my mind. It is 2025. 2025. I should not be having to watch a game in 720p or less. I refuse. Like, it was disgusting. Every time we have a game and I see it's on SC Network, I let out a big sigh because I have to squint to watch that game. It is brutal.
I mean, on the bright side, and I'm not trying to offend anybody, but at least we don't have to listen to Beth Mowins anymore.
I'm gonna smartly not say anything about that.
Well, okay, and we'll tiptoe that, but it has nothing to do with anything like that, just other things.
I did listen to Beth Mowins' call. I'm getting into it. Sorry. I did listen to Beth Mowins' call Tennessee-Kentucky night game a few years back on mute. I muted the TV the entire game, and my team was playing. That was a big step for me. But she's great in softball. Fantastic in softball.
100% agree.
So electric. But it's hard for football. It's tough because it's just so long. It's such a long period of time. Yeah. There's not a lot of breaks. But all right, let's get into our good boys. So last week we had it was an interesting week. Elkins, you had South Carolina at +9.5 against LSU. They didn't cover by half a point. It's brutal. But even if they did cover, you would have got half a bone. You know. Mal, you had Pitt plus 10.5 at Florida State. They won outright. That awarded you 13.5 bones. I had Maryland versus Nebraska. They lost by 3, so that gave me 3.5 bones. Standings right now, Elkins, you're in first with 51.5 bones. Mal, you're in second place with 50.5 bones, 1 bone behind. Which is very crazy. And I'm third at 24.5 bones. Look, maybe I need to start shooting bigger. Like, I don't have a bad record this year, but I think all my picks have been 6.5. You guys hit 2 big ones early on in the season, and I just kind of have not been able to catch up since. So,
Mr. 9.5. And you know what? I'll go ahead and start because I'm in first. I get to do it. I want to take a team that I already took in Washington. I'll just go ahead and drop their name. I'm not going to do that. I think they're a great team. But starting now, I can say this in 10 seconds. It's all the time I need. They're plus 9.5. It's the USC Trojans. They're going on the road to play Notre Dame. And Jaden Mayaba is going to be a handful for Notre Dame. Give me a reverse cover. I think USC wins this game 38-27.
I like that.
Don't forget, if Notre Dame makes the playoff, we have to do an episode as Leprechauns. We can't forget that.
Yes, we do have to do that as well.
Let's keep that in our minds. But yes.
Yeah, we do have to do that. Do y'all just want me to go since I kind of already ruined my good boy?
Yeah, God.
Good old Rocky Top. Good old Rocky Top. It is the 3rd Saturday in October. We already talked about it. I really don't have a good feeling for Tennessee going into this game. I really don't. This is one of those spots where I feel like Alabama comes out and possibly wins by a lot. But there's also that voice in the back of my head saying, look at what they did to Georgia offensively. Look at what Joey Aguilar's done. And I think Tennessee can get their first win in Bryant-Denny Stadium in a long time. Now, Tennessee, as of right now, is an 8.5-point underdog in this game. That was more than enough for me to look at this game and go, I'm taking the spread. And if Tennessee wins outright, it's more of a value play for me in the good boy standings. But this is one of those games where I think Tennessee can finally catch Alabama in Bryant-Denny Stadium. If Ty Simpson, it just doesn't play the way Ty Simpson can play. That's really it. There's really no statistics, no anything to back it up. Just more of a gut feeling and
God, I hate you.
More of a gut feeling and more of
I absolutely hate you. I hate you. I
I have three.
I had a whole thing. I hate you.
I hate you
so much. I had a whole thing, bro. I was going to dribble to the left and I was going to fake it back to the right. I had a whole thing.
Oh, God.
And you ruined it. But Mal, you're absolutely right. All that crap I said earlier, that's bull. Throw it out. Let me tell you what's happening, folks. Let me tell you what's happening this weekend. You're going to see Joey Aguilar step into the national spotlight and sling the rock, son. Chris Brazzell, 2 touchdowns minimum. Book it. If you can bet it, because it's going to happen. Jalen Hyatt-esque. He might get 3. It's going to be a long day for Alabama secondary. Josh Heupel has reinvented this offense this year, and he's going to unleash some brainchilds on Kalen DeBoer. I'm going to tell you, we've been in tight formations a little bit this year. We've went under center this year. My jaw's on the floor. He has revamped this offense, and he does not care. He's going to let Joey throw the ball. It's going to be a shootout. Our defense is very suspect. I know that. Injuries barring, no matter what, we're suspect, at least in the run game. Pass defense is pretty good, even with both of our starting corners out. But it's going to be a high-scoring game. 8.5 is way too many points. It's way too many points. So now that's a great pick. That was going to be my pick, and I'm very upset it's not my pick.
You know,
but it's fine. It's fine.
For the sake of content, if you would have texted me, I would have changed my pick for the sake of content.
I think it's fine. Look, it was going to happen anyways. Tennessee 8.5. It's way too many points for the third Saturday in October. Everyone knows these games are 3 points or less. Everybody knows that. That's just a fact, especially the past few years. Great pick, Mal. I'm very upset. God, I picked both these other games because I was like, well, I just got to have them, you know? I just got to have them. I was like, there's no shot.
I was more worried.
I was like, Elkins is not taking Tennessee. I know that for sure. I was like, I don't think Mal will take them. Like this year, I really don't think Mal would take Tennessee 8.5.
I was more worried about Elkins taking Tennessee than I was.
I thought about it.
Tennessee.
I'm not gonna lie. I saw that number and I was like, I thought
we can all agree 8.5 is way too many.
Well,
I think it's too many. I also think.
I was gonna say. I was gonna take Tennessee if it was like 14.
14
maybe even 12. Maybe even 12. Well, the Tide's rolling. The Tide is.
But this is a huge rivalry game. 12 points is insane.
Dude, this is one of those. This is not the same kind of the same way. It's not the same Georgia team that it used to be whenever Bama and Georgia play. Like this Tennessee team is proven they can beat Alabama. Tennessee doesn't have the same Alabama issue Georgia has, and I can't believe I'm saying that, but Georgia has an Alabama issue. Tennessee doesn't. Tennessee beat them last year. Tennessee, Kalen DeBoer.
We beat you with Nico.
Kalen DeBoer is 0-1 against the Tennessee Volunteers. This could be the start of a dominant reign.
Okay,
for Tennessee over Alabama.
It's still a big rivalry. But yeah, okay, Mal. Tennessee.
I think if Joey plays well, I agree with the over, all this good stuff. Tennessee plus 8.5. But Tennessee's defense is not going to contain this passing game, this passing attack that Alabama has. We have
the one saving grace we have is our front seven on defense. That's our one saving grace. Them boys get after quarterbacks.
I don't think you realize how quick Ty gets rid of the ball.
No, I know. I'm saying
I was worried for the Georgia game about Georgia getting pressure, and they brought pressure and it didn't work.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to if you're down DBs, it's going to be a rough road for your defense.
I don't really have much more to say about this game. I think Tennessee will put points on us. I think we've still got a lot to figure out at linebacker. I just have a hard time seeing Alabama not be able to put up 35. And I think to win this game, you're going to have to – what's the number, 35, 42?
I think it'll probably be like 35 to 38 points.
Both teams. It's a race to 50 almost.
Yeah, pretty much.
The one thing about Alabama that I think I don't think we are national title contenders yet, but the one thing about Alabama that no other team has, we have 3 wide receiver ones. I'm talking Jeremy Bernard, Isaiah Horton, and Ryan Williams. I named Ryan 3 because he's honestly our wide receiver 3 if you have to put a number by him. It's going to be tough on Alabama's DBs and Tennessee's DBs. If there's one person I would not want to be, it's a Bama DB or a Tennessee DB. I think that's where we're going to have to agree.
Come back, King. We miss you, Jermod McCoy. Be healthy. We'll see if he plays.
Maybe our most extended good boy, but
I still haven't even given my pick yet.
Exactly. Yeah.
Go for it.
This is very depressing. Like I said, I picked both of these. I was like, just got to fill the cards. Okay. I have 2 not great options. I'm going to be real. I kind of got to decide right here on the spot. I really did not think. I really thought this was no shot. Tennessee's getting.
Bro, if there's one thing you should know about me, it's I'm going to always predict the Tennessee-Bama game.
That is true. You've done that a lot.
This is my favorite outside football game I watch.
It's a
just
great
because it's you two. Like I love watching.
It's great. All right. I've seen this team play. They had a tough loss against Texas A&M. But I think they're a better caliber team than I think that loss showed. Give me Mississippi State plus 8.5 going to Florida. Florida they're getting a lot of grace for beating Texas, who I think was just in a bad spot. I don't believe Florida is 8.5 points better than Mississippi State. That's really hard for me to believe right now, even if it is at the Swamp. I feel like this is a check in with reality. Billy Napier's still your coach kind of game. So yeah, give me Mississippi State 8.5. I think they're going to win outright. I say this every week, but I really do think I only pick these games because I think they're going to win outright. So give me Mississippi State, Blake Shapen, and the boys, Cowbells.
And I love that pick, mainly because it's not a top team coming in to Florida.
No,
unless if it was a top team, I would hate the pick because Billy Napier can only win when his back's against the wall for some reason. But Florida's a big favorite in this game. They'll find a way to lose it. Love the pick. I had it on the card. That would have been my other pick.
I got you. Well,
I mentioned Washington, but another SEC game that's super sketchy. It's suspect. Y'all mentioned him already. Taylon Green hosting. It's not even Arkansas. It's Taylon Green hosting Texas A&M this weekend. That's another one to keep circled. Lots of good boy options. Let us know y'all's good boy picks. We don't ever ask for yours, but this is a week to show what you know. Go comment when you see it. Let us hear it.
We should do a fan good boy.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to get the fans more involved as we continue to grow. I think we got a good fan base. A lot of good people. Yeah, should we get into Blurby Derby?
Let's do it.
Wrap this thing up. Okay.
Only if I win, it's due time.
Brother, I can't win another one. I can't.
Well, at least you'll have something to talk about this week if you win.
Yeah, but I just can't. I can't do another one. I've run out of things. I have no more rants in me. My soapbox is an inch tall. I got nothing left. So let's get into it here. We got the Blurby Derby. Let's look at our horses today. Elkins, you got some nice blues, some pink, some orange hair. Very nice, very nice. I have some pink diamonds on my saddle. Blue and red, Ole Miss colors, of course, fitting. Mal, you gotta look at this horse.
It's a beautiful horse. That is a beautiful steed.
Have we seen a spotted horse on this yet?
I don't think we have. But that's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful steed.
That is a beautiful checkerboard too, Mal. That's a good sign for you.
Checkerboard,
you're a good boy.
pink.
Yeah, it's a good sign. All right, I did mute it. We have 30 seconds, starting in 3, 2, 1, and we're off. It's tight. It's tight right now. Mal's lagging a little bit behind. I am ahead at first, which is good. Please lose. I'm still pulling away. Elkins is falling. There's no way I hold it.
Yeah, there's no way. Well, you did it. You did it last week. Oh, I'm making a charge.
Mal's making a charge.
Here we go. I want to shit on Auburn some more.
Elkins is last. Elkins is far behind.
Oh, yeah.
So you're going to make a run. 5.
Give me one more chance.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, he's finally done it.
Dude.
He's finally done it.
Dude. That's crazy.
It's long overdue.
Can we?
This is the debut.
Hold on. That was a whole nother gear.
Yeah, I want to check him for PEDs. Quite frankly, that was
Secretariat.
Test that horse.
No, what was that? What was the horse that won it? It started with an M? What was the horse that won the Kentucky Derby
this year?
No, this was like Mystic. Mystic. No, not Mystic Dan.
It might have been Mystic Dan.
No, this was.
I know
was like
nothing
back
about
in
horse.
The 84-1 horse.
Yeah, I had him picked. Crap.
Rich Strike.
Beside the point.
Beside the point. Elkins, you have a minute. Now, I got it up if you want me to.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. Elkins, you have a minute to say your final words starting now.
Look, guys, I make guarantees for a reason. I made a guarantee last week because I really believed in it, and I will always stand on that. I'm going to stand on business tomorrow night in that Buffalo Wild Wings and let you know that you can overcome any obstacle. If you feel like you're ever dealing with obstacles that are too big for you, just know you've got people to just go talk to and say, hey, give me a push. And I've got two guys right here on this podcast that they're going to give me that push tomorrow when I text them in the morning and wake up. And boy, those wings got hell to pay. That's really all I got. I love you guys. We got 15 more seconds. So really, I needed the 45, but we're here at the 52. Roll, mother fucking Tide. Ty Simpson, 6 touchdowns. Bet it.
All right, shut up. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching another episode of the Pass Club. We appreciate it. Please like and subscribe if you're here. It helps us out immensely as we are still growing. Man, what an episode. Shout out to the boys. Shout out to all you guys that are keeping up there and following along with us and messaging me and just being interested. It means a lot to us, and we really, really appreciate you guys. So looking forward to see where this thing goes, but we will see you next week.
The Pass Club, the Pass Club, the Pass Club.